Well, hello, glorious people of the interwebs, and welcome back to Red Dead Online. Today we're going to be discussing the status of Red Dead Online and potentially taking a first look at some of the content that may be added during the jobs update in Red Dead Online. Now, these images that we're going to be showing as far as this goes comes from one of my members in the community who, when he switched servers, somehow had a glitch happen at his camp that added things that we currently do not have access to in the game. I have no idea how this happened, but I've looked through every theme, every piece of equipment that we have in the camps, and none of this is currently in the game. So this is a glitch that happened when he switched servers and his camp just completely changed. Now, the first image we're going to look at here looks like a little workshop. Now, you cannot get this currently in Red Dead Online, and I do believe that either this is a new theme that adds, for some strange reason, workbenches and like a grinding wheel and stuff like that, and I have no idea why that would just be a theme, but it does look like it's been added to the camp. Now, I've got some other images here that we're going to showcase, but what I think this is quite possibly something that you're going to get from the trader job. We know that the trader is going to be part of the camp life, because once you're a trader, you're gonna be able to do things at your camp that you weren't able to do before. So I do think that this particular tent is part of the trader job. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I do have some other photos of this. This is the actual photo of the workbench, and you can see here, now he wasn't able to access anything at the workbench, but I do think that once you get the trader job, perhaps you'll be able to create things here that you would not be able to create otherwise in the game. And I think that's a really, really cool option, especially since recently I've been stating that camps really need an overhaul. There needs to be more of a reason to go to your camp. There needs to be things that you can do at your camp that you can't do everywhere else. We really need to get mini games at the camp. That I've discussed many times in the past, and I do believe that at some point we will get the ability to play mini games at the camp. I think it's a huge thing that needs to be added, and hopefully Rockstar listens and that we get some added features to the camp. Now, I do want to know what you guys think of this. I have some other photos that he took of this little change in his camp as well. In this particular one, this is definitely not in there. These are clotheslines. Now, I don't think that this is really anything too crazy. I have not seen anything like this in Red Dead Online yet. But I don't think this is related to any job, but I do think it's just a new thing that we get at some point. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. And then another image here was basically just like a little sitting area with an umbrella. Looks like it's part of like the military. I don't know, that's definitely not part of the military. It might be part of the opulent that's added in with the jobs. I'm not 100% sure. But all of these are photos that we don't have access to in Red Dead Online currently. But obviously, the real looker here is that workbench. I do believe this is the first glimpse to what we're going to have part of the trader job. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We do not have a lot of information. I'm hoping that we'll get some sort of information when E3 rolls around as far as a potential PC release, and hopefully a look into what the jobs are actually going to offer, as well as a date, because currently we only have information as far as releases until June 11th, which is that Tuesday just before E3. So I am expecting Rockstar, obviously, to probably not be attending E3, but to have announcements around E3 regarding the PC release, which is pretty much confirmed at this point. We just don't have a date. There's been so many leaks around it that it's pretty much inevitable at this point. It's just a matter of when. And then the jobs, I do believe we're going to have an announcement for, as far as the date goes, probably the week of E3. But I do have a lot of things that I want to discuss regarding the PC release and E3, or Red Dead Online as a whole. Now, as far as the status of Red Dead Online, I am very happy with the direction that Rockstar is taking Red Dead Online. They have discussed and shown interest in pivoting from a more PvP focus, which we got a lot in the beta, to this more RP-style gameplay, and I think that's going to be huge for Red Dead Online in the coming months and years, especially with the job content coming out that will evolve over time from you being a small little trader at your camp to eventually owning a shop in Saint Denis. I think is amazing at the way you can evolve your character and grow it over time. and something that you really don't get in other games, and I'm really excited about the prospects of that, especially once we get all the things that we want in the game, like heists and properties, and even more jobs. Like, the 3 jobs are only the beginning of what your character will be able to do in Red Dead Online in the coming months and years. Now, we've discussed a lot about the jobs in the past, and I just wanted to reiterate that they will be coming soon. I'm really hoping that they are released in July, early July. I would be surprised if we got it at the very end of June. That would be absolutely amazing, and it would be really great if Rockstar capitalized on the momentum that they got from this spring update. Obviously, we've seen, I'd say, a pretty marked drop in players over the past week in Red Dead Online. Not as substantial as what the massive loss during the beta, but you can tell that, you know, people are a little burnt out already, because when we get new content in Red Dead Online, people get extremely excited and just plow through the content. That's a testament to how much we want to love Red Dead Online. Now, those that have not started, I do recommend this is still a great time to start getting into Red Dead Online so you don't fall too far behind. There is a lot of content for new players to play through, but those of us that have been playing since the beginning, things are beginning to get very repetitive. And that is mainly due to the fact that we just plow through the content. And when we are playing new content, it is enjoyable to play in Red Dead Online right now. That being said, if you're playing every single day, 8 hours or more a day, or even, like, let's say 4 hours or more a day, eventually it is going to get repetitive, because we just don't have such a massive world like GTA Online yet. And, you know, the game needs to start from somewhere, and if they continue to add monthly, even bi-monthly updates with large content packs and then drip feeding a little bit of content every week, I am okay with that, especially because eventually there's going to be so much content that we won't be able to burn through it all in just a week, especially once they add 3 new jobs. I believe you'll have time to burn through all of that content, and then there's going to be another big update, and eventually there's going to be so much that you can't actually just blow through it all at once, and things will stop feeling as repetitive as they have been. And that's what I'm really excited about, because right now the attitude online is everybody loves online, and then once they run out of content, they suddenly hate online. And that's just because they want to love the game, and they're just not able to. There was a troll back here, and I kind of want to make him pay the troll toll. I think he might have decided to not get too crazy with it. Okay, I think we're good. But yeah, that's pretty much the attitude, and I see it all the time, especially as a content creator. Like, the same people commenting when there's a new update that they're loving the game, and then, like, a week later, like, it's online is terrible. And it's just mainly due to the fact that there is still a lack of content. We need to give it time, and I do believe that Rockstar is going to be giving us the content that we want. They have shown that they are listening. I wish they would be a little bit more communicative with, you know, the plans that they have for Red Dead Online, the time frames and stuff like that, because that's really what would help people feel a little bit better investing their time in Red Dead Online. I understand Rockstar wants to keep things under wraps because, you know, they've been behind and they've really kind of struggled to maintain schedules. So on the flip side of that, if they do discuss updates and, you know, they miss a deadline, then the community is going to be up in arms about that as well. So it's just one of these things where I think they're choosing to be quiet about stuff and just drop it when it's ready, rather than building hype about it and then not being able to release it on time. And as much as I would love them to be a little bit more communicative about the updates, I'm still happy with the direction that the game is going. They are going into this more RP style stuff, and I think the jobs is really going to be a game changer. Being able to actually give our character life in the game and something to actually do in free roam is going to be huge. And if that continues to evolve over time, like if you're a bounty hunter, you can start off as just, you know, a normal bounty hunter, and you can choose to be like a lawful or unlawful bounty hunter, and eventually maybe even being able to be hired on to protect a town or become like a sheriff or a deputy or something like that. And just being able to evolve your characters in that manner is really exciting. Now, I do believe that we're going to be getting properties at some point. It's incredibly popular in GTA Online, and I believe Rockstar knows this. And if they want to start making money from Red Dead Online, people are going to be spending money to purchase properties. It's just going to be the way that it is. Obviously, there's going to be those people that have been playing since the beginning that have racked up lots of money and they won't have to spend any. And then obviously the glitchers out there and stuff like that will have tons of money to spend on it. But having properties and being able to build up these properties for your posse and stuff like that is going to make everything feel a lot more immersive. Right now, the camps are pretty much a waste, and I'm really sad about that. I really do hope that they evolve the camps a little bit more, but maybe the reason they're not building out the camps more is because they do have properties planned, and they don't want to invest time in making camps better when people are just going to be having properties, and all this time and content could be wasted, so they're just investing that time and money in creating the properties content and other content that will be played. And I understand that, and the more I think about the camps, the more I lean towards the fact that I think they realize that the camps aren't great, but at the end of the day, we're probably not really going to be using them in the near future. Really, what they're going to be used for is when you leave your main base, your house, or whatever you have, you can set up your camp for just, basic purposes, regenerating cores, cooking, and staying safe somewhere. And then for all the real stuff, you go back to your property. So the more I kind of think about it, I think that's the way Rockstar is going, so I'm really leaning towards us probably getting properties. Maybe, I would say this year we'd probably get properties. I don't think they're going to push it out until 2020, so I do hold out hopes for that. I didn't even realize I finished the job. I'm just running all over the place right now, but this is kind of like our podcast style of videos that I'm trying to do once, maybe twice a week, where we discuss this, and I'm going to be doing things like this for other games. Like I just watched the Google Stadia live stream, which I am astounded. That could be absolutely game-changing. But I do want to talk a little bit about game modes. I do feel that Rockstar may still be a little lost as far as what to create for game modes in Red Dead Online. I'm just going to do a little bit of hunting here. Usually what I do for these podcast-style videos, I do the prep that I need to do for my live streams by getting food and cooking and stuff like that. And there we go. There's some delicious meat, but I do think that Rockstar's still a little lost on what to create for game modes. I feel like they're trying to recreate what was basically things that were in GTA Online, then trying to adapt it for this, but really what I think they should be doing is just kind of, starting from scratch and really thinking outside of the box of what could be fun in this type of world. And, some of these game modes, like Overrun, is great. The new game mode, Public Enemy, I'm loving. It's a nice refresh to the Team Deathmatch, and I absolutely love the game mode. I really do hope that they add more playlists and customized playlists. I've discussed this before. Oh, Jesus, I can't shoot to save my life. Oh, boy, howdy. There we go. Good Lord, that was embarrassing. But yes, that blew my mind for a second. And I've been thinking about a lot of game modes. One that I would love to see is a base defense style game mode. We have all of these things like Shady Bell, the Braithwaite Mansion, the Gray's Mansion, all sorts of mansions that you can use for these base defense style things, and it would fall in line with the gameplay of Red Dead Online. We have these hideout raids, and why not turn that into a game mode where you have one team defending one of these mansions or a house or even a campsite, and then you have another team that needs to attack them and take over the campsite. And maybe make it so much as, there's limited lives on the attacking team and limited lives on the defending team, and when you deplete all those lives and take over the defending team's base, the attacking team wins. Or if the defending team is able to deplete all of the attackers' lives, then the defending team wins. And I think this could be an amazing game mode and kind of evolve this hostile territory game mode that they have into a base defense, and I think there's a lot of really great options for that. I'd love to see that as a game mode. I've discussed that the kart races, I don't know why they haven't capitalized on the potentiality for kart races as not only a showdown or a race series, but also allowing players to purchase carts that they can use in free roam and then customize those carts for the game modes by being able to put more reinforced wheels so that when people crash into you, your wheels won't break or something like that. There's so much potentiality for that, and I would love Rockstar to capitalize on it, because not only would it be beneficial for Rockstar, but I think the community would love it as well. We actually did like a free roam version of it where everybody in free roam went and got a stagecoach and then we raced from Emerald Ranch to Valentine. I think there's a lot of opportunities for that type of content in Red Dead Online, not only in game modes, but also in free roam. Being able to challenge people to races in free roam, I think, would be great. Not only your posse, but being able to challenge other people. Maybe like a troll that you've parlayed with. You know what? Let's have a race. And I don't know. There's so much potentiality for adding stuff to free roam as well. It may be difficult to create in code, but I do think in the long run it would be beneficial. Create more interactive things for people to even build friendships or rivalries in Red Dead Online. That's a major flaw that we have right now, is that really there's no communication, there's no really interacting, because I have to have voice chat turned on because there's little kids screaming the N-word, and it's just really just bad right now. But being able to interact more in like a chat way and challenging people to do various things and interacting that way would be really nice. I need to find some more deer. I don't even know if I'm full on meat. Kind of just going off on a tangent here. But I do have high hopes for Red Dead Online. I know there's a lot of people that are saying there's nothing to do, but I mean, when you plow through content this quickly, you're going to run out of things to do, and it's going to feel repetitive. But at the end of the day, many people really do enjoy the game when there is new content, and that's what's important. And I think once Rockstar gets on the roll and gets ahead in content, we're going to be getting faster updates, larger updates. But right now, they're kind of just putting out this drip feed in between the major updates to still keep people a little engaged. And I'll take what I can get as far as it, because some of the drip feed stuff is good. Like this week's probably one of the better drip feeds that we've had so far, except the Baron free roam event. Absolutely poo-poo, I've heard. I haven't gotten to actually play it myself, but I have heard horrible things. And there's a very easy way that could have made it better. But could have had it like attacking and defending. And just do 2 rounds of it or something like that. So that way each team had an option to defend the train, and each team has an option to attack the train, rather than having this just cluster F of people just murdering each other and nobody even getting on the train. That's what I've heard that free roam is like right now. But that also goes into that whole base defense thing. There's a lot of potentiality for that in various forms in both Showdown series, free roam events, and free roam in general. And I really do hope that Rockstar takes advantage of some of this. I do have high hopes for Red Dead Online for the future. I've said that since the beginning. We just do, honestly, as bad as it sounds, we just need to be a little patient. But I do recommend, you know, getting ahead now before all the sheeple start joining in. You know, because eventually I do think Red Dead Online is going to be great, and having that advantage of playing early is going to be beneficial for everybody. But I do hope you all enjoyed this video. And if you want to know more about Google Stadia, I will be releasing another video on that today. I'm going to start getting into some of these gaming news videos because you guys did want that in the poll. So keep an eye out for those on the channel, especially as we get into E3. I'll be at E3 and covering content there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.